The Holy of Holies. It is the single most important location in the entire universe. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. My name is Chris Bailey. We are starting a new 5-part series, Light from the Sanctuary. This is a big deal. It's a big deal because there is no place more valuable, more sacred, and more special in the whole universe. But I'm just saying that. It's time to go to the Bible so that we can see if that's what the word proves. It's not just significant because of where and what it is. It's significant because of who is there. That's why I hope this encourages us. But before we unpack that, we want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like the video so that other people can be encouraged by what we're about to look at. And again, visit us online, changeministry.org. So many more studies, recipes, thoughts to encourage us to believe. Light from the Sanctuary is the sub-theme to our big idea, and that's the study of the great controversy, the battle between good and evil. And in every story, you have the protagonist and the antagonist, but they always have a base or a headquarters where they operate from. We're looking at the headquarters of good, and it is the most holy place in the heavenly sanctuary. Now, that might be kind of new to some of us, the whole idea of the sanctuary or even a sanctuary period. Let's go to the Bible and work our way up. Because when we start in Exodus chapter 26, this earthly sanctuary was built after the instruction and the model of the heavenly sanctuary. So if you look at the earthly, it helps you understand what's going on in the heavenly. So Exodus chapter 26 says, "And thou shalt hang up the veil under the taches, that thou mayest bring in thither within the veil the ark of the testimony. And the veil shall divide unto you between the holy place and the most holy. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place." This was the most holy place in Israel. And it is still the most holy place because it's the most holy place, not in Israel, not even on earth. It's the most holy place in heaven, which makes it the holiest place in the entire universe. This is where Moses, in the model, was instructed in the building of the sanctuary. They were to construct a veil or curtain to separate that one building into two apartments, the holy and the holy of holies, the holy place or the most holy place. Now, like most places, whatever we call that room is usually what we do in it. We usually go and live in the living room. We go to sleep in the bedroom, and we go to eat in the, I don't know why we don't call the kitchen the eating room, but that's what we do in the kitchen. So now in this earthly model, let's see what's going on in this room, because in Leviticus, it says in chapter 16, "The Lord now said unto Moses, speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all time into the holy place within the veil before the mercy seat." Remember, we just read in Exodus 26 what it was instructed to be. Now here's what they were to do. "The mercy seat which is upon the ark, that he die not. I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat." This is the purpose. It's the meeting place of God and his people. It's first the dwelling place of God. And now on this time and in this day, it would be the meeting place between God and his people. "Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering and a ram for a burnt offering. Then in verse 15, shall he kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring the blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat and before the mercy seat." This is significant because of all the land of the sanctuary. This most holy place was reserved for an experience that would only happen one day of the year. It's a yearly encounter. It was known as the Day of Atonement. And it was the only time that Aaron or the high priest thereafter was authorized to go into the very presence of God. And notice how every time Aaron was to enter into this place, it was with blood in between. Blood upon the altar. Blood between man and God. Who is the blood that was shed? Or what? Who is the one that's been ordained to be between God and man? Jesus. And who was the one who died and shed his blood for our sins? Hopefully we're making the connection. It's why it is the holiest place. It's not just where God is by fact And right now, it's not just where we are by faith, but it is where Jesus Christ is by both fact and through faith in him. Jesus is the one who is there between man and maker in order to create the opportunity for us to be together again. It's the Holy of Holies, the most holy place. It's why in Hebrews chapter 9, we can claim the promise where it says, "It was therefore necessary that the patterns of things in the heavens should be purified with these, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these." You see the comparison? The earthly things and how they were purified were symbols of the reality of what is to be purified and what is purified in the heavenly sanctuary. For Christ is not entered into the holy places made with hands, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of God for us. We're seeing the connection. He is there for us. He is that intermediary before the throne of the Most High God. So here you have God and the Son of God together with us. It's the Holy of Holies. Now, to be clear, it's the Holy of Holies, even if we aren't there. It's a locker room for the players, even if fans never go in, even if reporters don't go in. It's still the locker room for the players, regardless of who's there. The Holy of Holies is holy because his holiness, not a man on earth, not a bishop on earth, but the Holy of Holies is Holy of Holies because the holiest one dwells there, the only true God and Jesus Christ whom he has sent. Now, the whole point of seeing this as the sacred place and the most holy place is not just to brag about God. It's not to make him distant. In fact, it's to draw us closer, because that's exactly where we should be aiming our prayers. It's exactly where we should be basing our hope. It is exactly where God and Jesus are working for you right now. It's God's office. But stick around. We got to go to a part two. We got to go to part two, because now we're going to figure out when Jesus went to work. We've already talked about it, but we're going to look at it one more time in the next study.